Hello, and welcome to the finale of Acceleration of Sugery. I'm Crimson Space Angel. This is the Space Angel. This is Hime. She is my best character, my favorite character. It's really nice when the two can be the same. She's unlockable with the same conditions as Sora, except without the difficulty requirements. So complete an arcade mode run with no continues, average rankings of A or higher, and if you do that, you can do it on easy. This will not be on easy, though. This will be on hard. I've been maining Hime for a very long time. Comfortable with her. I play hard arcade for fun on occasion. May not be the best at playing and talking, trying to talk about her kits and her matchups, but, we'll see. Saki's, it's best just to read Saki's. There's a great amount of variance in what a bot Saki's going to give you, how she's going to attack you. This one seems to kind of just want to fling boomerangs at me all day, so more power to her. Hime's kit is extremely varied. The main form of attack is these red and blue arrows, projectiles, space angel feathers, I don't know. But they're effective, kind of spammable. Good to float around and not get hit by Saki's giant energy balls with. She also has a giant laser that she can kind of just use anytime she wants on hold B. The chain hyper that I just used is a good way to build up lots of heat. You can then capitalize on that heat by using a slightly more powerful hyper, such as the even bigger giant laser beam on neutral. Hime likes dancing and flowers, but she doesn't like fighting. She's quite good at it, though. Hime Iru is a fun matchup. The way I like to beat bot Irus, I like to actually outrange them. Believe it or not, Hime can pull it off. You want to try and watch the Iru, try and predict when you can get her stuck in a move that's going to keep her still for a while, and then pop a laser in her face like that. Dodge bombs, dodge hypers. Wait till she gets herself stuck. Repeat until you have enough hyper built up to make a push with the chains and the laser beams you want. I mean, ideally, I'd say you probably want all three charges. You can push in with two if you must, and you think she's low enough. Just be warned that you need to pretty much, first of all, you need to keep some hyper on hand to shield out a crap like that. But also keep in mind that the bots are going to shield out of pretty much every good push you try to make, so that's why you want multiple contingencies. You can't really look at a hard AI and say, oh, they have this much health left, let's take this amount. Of course, no, they're going to shield out of it or something. Almost got our 3 built up, however, and I certainly think once I have the 3, now that she's at her last health bar, I think this is sufficient, so try and get an opening in the bomb. Oh, she popped her ultimate. That still mostly worked for me. Dodge these bombs. Yeah, we had to change plans a little bit. Hime's ultimate I don't use that much. I probably won't see it in this run. But it's pretty, at least. Most of Hime's moves are beautiful, honestly. Her whole design just really caught my attention early. We almost timed out on that one. Ugh. That wasn't the best. Nanako, the strategy is largely the same. You've seen me employ it before. If you get at the far end and can throw anything at her whatsoever, she has trouble responding with anything but hypers, really. She also has the tendency that a lot of her moves make the Nanako stay still for a while, so that leaves them susceptible to lasers. I think when I think I build a lot of heat for opponents when I fling out these kunai. It might be best to just do the 2 rather than the big burst. Because Nanako's built up a lot of heat back here. Just Just use an early hyper. If opponents are building up heat on their own, deviate from the plan a bit, get some damage in there. Make them pay for their mistakes. Just about to get this. See, other than a couple of hypers that she's thrown at me, I've really not had to worry about much here. Whoop! I kind of panicked out of that when I was already in a good position. Nanako's ultimate hyper is really, really bad in my opinion. It's you know, you don't need an attack that covers the entire screen in a game where you are facing one opponent. You need something to hit them, not everything but them. Don't always time out a ton with Hime. A lot of the time she popped 2 ultimate hyper. Really? Do you think she's getting more gauge than me? She got 2 ultimate hypers in the same match, and I did well to throw out like 2 normals. Okay. Nanako couldn't keep up with our dance. Yeah, unfortunately, we're taking real too long. I don't think we're going to see Sora here. That's kind of why I was being cautious, to be honest, but now that that's clearly not going to happen, I'll probably play a little more aggressively. Not against Kai, however. That's going to get me killed. The strategy with Kai is to hang back, let her set herself on fire, and then find ways to take advantage of the extreme amount of heat once she's already done that to herself. But if you try to match her head-to-head... That said, though, if there's anybody who can do it, it's probably Hime. Pretty much all of her kit is made to repel Kai. Hold A repels it. Both of her melees, especially, be a little dangerous. And, well, maybe I won't. Started to say I'll bait out a melee so I can show how to counter it, but I chickened out. Kai's really scary. Oop, dashed right into that. Just hyper this. Should be an S. Yeah, I don't believe we're going to see the Sora. If I get S's on Coco and Sugery, maybe, but Kyoko's another one that's going to take a while, in all likelihood. Be a little careful with her, because Hime has no bombs, per se, and bombs are certainly Kyoko's biggest weakness. These spammy little Space Angel feathers kind of, well, they set off that, they count as lasers for the purposes of activating the reflecting property of her flat barrier. So, want to be a little careful just throwing those out, and if you can't use those, it's not a good time for a giant laser beam, then it's melee or hyper or nothing. Good job at dispelling that though, and now we can go in for, oop, I meant to hold dash while I went for that. Wasted a hyper for nothing. Get some good damage out of the 2 that we were able to use correctly though. Just a little more. Maybe I'll actually try and melee this Coco a little bit. Have some fun. That's a good combo I like right there. The alternate hyper after you've gotten the chains off. The way the chains work is basically you hit them with 1 and then you can sort of spam A and launch multiple chains at them. All the while they're stuck. So Sugery. I'm convinced that hard Sugery is even taken up to another level when you're fighting her as Hime. Maybe just at the end of arcade runs, but you need to stay away from the Sugery at all costs. You see the absolutely ludicrous amount of heat that she's built up. It's like the band ludicrous. But yeah, if she gets close to you, starts a melee attack, it will launch into a full-fledged combo that, if you've got a significant amount of heat built up, will take off health bars, plural. So all the while she's going to be dashing around like an absolute madman, much like hard Hime did in our run of that as Sugery. But with this much heat, I mean, I could probably just pop. Yeah, I could probably just bounce a hyper at her. And was that a P? Was that a perfect? I think I just got a perfect. That was a perfect. Amazing. I will save that replay. All right. And no, we didn't get the Sora. So I perfect Sugery, but I can't get the Sora. Ah, well. I'm happy enough with that run overall. I'm actually going to let the credits roll this time because this is the last one. Talk about some final thoughts. I really just wanted to show this game off with a little bit of knowledge about it, get a nice, proper, informative LP out here. There's a channel called UnexpectedGenreShift. HyperGeek is the person who does the videos on that channel. He had a really good series going back years, well before the Steam releases of this. Unfortunately, they were annotated. No commentary. They just ran with annotations. Really good, informative, funny at times annotations, but of course YouTube kind of killed those of late. So, I'm not saying there wasn't another good, informative LP of Acceleration somewhere on YouTube. Haven't really looked, to be honest, but I just wanted to make sure there is one. As for doing one myself, I've watched LPs for a decade now, and when you watch enough of them, you naturally think about doing them yourself. I'm not the kind of person that likes to talk when I don't have anything to say, and I worried that I wouldn't have enough to say if I tried something like this, but the Poltergeist 5000 told me in a chat once that if you're thinking about Let's Playing, just do one. Just do one LP. And at the end of the day, whatever happens, you'll at least be able to say, hey, this is my LP. And that's what I've done. So, on that note, I'm going to name this run LP. I'm going to thank you one more time for watching. And hope you enjoyed Acceleration of Sugery. Take it easy.